I'm Dorothy Buchanan Wilson, International President, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Welcome to Conversations. I'm here this afternoon with Soror Charlie Jordan Brookins, Senior Vice President here at BET Network. Welcome to Conversations.
Thank you, Madam Supreme. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. You are a wife, a mother, and also a top executive at a cable network. Quite honestly, how do you do it?
Well, I think part of it is a realization that you can't have it all, but you can have the most of it. It's like you can do more and be the best at it. I think the one realization was very important to me was to realize that there's no such thing as work-life balance because every day everything is not balanced. And so the finally coming to the understanding that there's such a thing as work-life integration and understanding what your priority is each day and giving yourself a break sometimes when you can't do everything you want to do all of the time.
You've been on both sides of the fence as a writer and a producer. What are the challenges that you've had as a Black woman prior to landing your current role at BET?
I think it's a combination of opportunity. I think that this business sees green. That's the color that certainly prevails in this industry. And I think that unfortunately there's a thought that there's not enough opportunity and they don't necessarily see kind of the value. I personally, because I am a woman of color, I write and I direct towards things that are relevant to people of color. That doesn't mean that everybody in it is going to be African American, but it does mean that the issues are going to be relevant to our culture.
One of the more popular themes these days is reality television, and one could say that perhaps reality television is becoming an untamed beast. One of the things that is we've noticed is that BET seems to be beyond that, and so could you comment in terms of, as someone in charge of programming, how do you, quite honestly, meet that balance?
Sure. Well, the brand promise of BET is to respect, reflect, and elevate. And so everything that we produce, everything, and even our corporate culture, needs to, illuminate those themes. And so if you start from a foundation of respect, reflect, and elevate, a lot of the shows that you see, wouldn't pass the filter. So when we know we need to entertain, we know that our audience likes authentic characters, which are not always sanitized, but it's about balance, and it's about making sure that at the end of the day, what we produce does illuminate one of those pillars for us.
I also understand we have another Alpha Kappa Alpha Soror who's here in a very senior role.
Oh,
look who's joining us.
Soror.
Thanks.
Nice
Welcome to Conversations, Soror Connie. We were just talking about you, and we're very pleased to be joined by Soror Constance Orlando, also known as Connie Orlando, who is also here at BET as the Vice President of Programming.
Yes.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
our conversation. And Soror Charlie was just updating me on some of the things that are going on here at BET, and I certainly am very happy to have your perspective as well. And so I have a few questions for you. And we start by basically saying, since you started in the business and you started producing music videos, and you transitioned into film, and you're now an executive here. And since you started, and you could just share with us, the viewers, your perspective on how music videos have changed.
So when I started in music videos, it was the 90s. That's a long time ago. But I think it was a time of excess in the industry. So we kind of had, we were able to do so much. We were doing music videos on feature film budgets, and because it was such a new format that, we were allowed to be as creative as possible. So when I look at the videos today, sometimes I'm like, there's less creativity because it's more limiting. We kind of, we went out the gate doing it big and better, and that was the sign of the times. Now it's a little more scaled down.
One of the things we know you're involved with is the award-winning series Black Girls Rock, which I understand you executive produce. How important is that show to television?
That show is extremely important to television. It's important to the world. Like Black Girls Rock, it's an affirmation. It's a movement. I think having it televised, it shows them an image, like it gives our girls images that they can relate to, of real women. I love Black Girls Rock because it's a mixture of celebrity, of real women who have done things that people may not know of, and of young girls who are like community activists. So I always get so many thank yous, and I watched it with my family, and we didn't know. So I think it's very important to television, but I think it's equally important to kind of take it past television.
You both have a unique dynamic, not only as co-workers, but as sorors. How has that experience and the common bond that you share enhanced your working relationship here at BET?
Something about a lady from Alpha Kappa Alpha that we are friends and we are also obviously coworkers. But I think that there is a level of understanding, a shared core value system that you have with a coworker who also happens to be a soror that helps us operate in terms of expectations. We're both driven women who really want to continue to not only elevate ourselves but elevate women and elevate our culture.
Well, thanks to both of you for sharing in the conversation today, and continue your outstanding work here. And again, we're so proud of you, and continue to represent us well as members of Alpha Kappa Alpha.
Absolutely. Thank you
so much.